Reality check, man. Reality check, man. Welcome back to Aromatic Realistic TV. You don't know what the revolution is. Anyway, I see something take place in Hanover by April I think it was on Monday. And, I just want to shed some highlight. So what I mean, and, give my opinion about the situation. So I'm going to show a little clip of what take place. And then on the other side, we will jump into the discussion.
Turn on. While you're here. Turn on. Turn on. While you're here.
So that's a little baby girl that I'm talking about that was turned away from school. But before we get into that, see, her mom has transferred her from Anchovy High School in St. James, right, to April High School in Hanover, knowing that Jamaica right now no under no control, where predators and crime and violence. You understand? So any good mother now go want to bring them child as close to home as possible, knowing that she have to take a drive, one drive Sandy Bay, another drive Montego Bay, next drive Anchovy. She try to cut out that, where she can take one straight drive from her home to April, or she take a drive from Sandy Bay to April, or a drive from April to Sandy Bay, then one to Montpellier, closer to home, right? Because she's looking out for the best interest of her daughter. And we all know what is taking place. See, every time we hear say a little girl missing or a little boy missing, and then we don't hear nothing again. So for she to bring her daughter as close to home as possible, you understand, it simply means that she's looking out for the well-being of her daughter, right? Anyway, so they assume and they send home the little girl because they have no facts. So this is what the mother said. So when I go up there the following day to the school, what they did, they apologized to her and her daughter. Why they apologize? They think that her hair was all braided. They think that her hair was all braided. What does that have to do if her hair is braided? What does that have to do with the kids' uniform, the kids' shoes? Why are we switching from the important issues and deflecting onto things that does not relevant to a kid learning or a kid development? You know what happened right here, sir? Assuming the educator or whom it may be seen, assume without knowing the truth, send home the little girl. I said assume without knowing the truth, send home the little girl. Knowing that, remember, at certain times in the morning, it's going to be real busy going to school. Seeing, after that busy period, it get slowed down. So when you send back out that little kid on the road now, when the road slow down, you send him back to the mercy of the thief, the murderer, the rapist out there on the road. Because you did not wait until school over. Because the problem, why you did not call the mother. Because I know that on the farm up there's a phone number is there for the mom. In case of emergency and something happened, you would direct that call to the mother. Why someone from the school did not call the mother and say something wrong with your child and we need you to come to the school immediately? They did not do that. But thank God, she make it home back safe. And, that was the good thing about it. You understand? Speculating. The educator was speculating. Without firm evidence, she come to that conclusion to send home the little girl. You hear what I said? Without firm evidence, the educator chose to send home the little girl without firm evidence. So first, you try the little, you assume, and you send her home. You speculate without firm evidence and still send her home. My thing here, one would think an educator would have the best interests for a child. So what I mean, because an educator, must have a bond with their student, You understand? They must build a bond and a relationship with their student. Because you need to find out what is going on in that child community. You need to find out if that child have internet. So when she go home in the evening, she can get to do her homework. You want to know if that child live in a violent community. You understand? You want to know when that child come to school in the morning, that child is having a healthy breakfast. Or is that child reaching to school? You understand? Or is that child lunch money? Or you get to buy lunch because you need to build a relationship. You need to have that bond with your student. See, because those are the important things that will impact a child's life. You understand? Those are the important things that will impact a child's life. You understand? Because those things can destroy the child mentally and physically. If a child is not comfortable, if a child is traumatized, mentally and physically, she's gonna have challenge in the classroom academically. You did not find out none of those things about her. So it simply means you wasn't doing this in the best interest of the child. You're doing this because what? You have some powers. The school give you some powers, but in this case, you abuse your power. In this case, you abuse your power. Why? Because you assume. You assume without knowing the truth. And send home this little girl. So now we have to start asking ourselves, what is going on in the school system now in Jamaica? Where educators are no more interested in your learning abilities. They are more interested now in your dress code. And if your ear look a certain way, or if your uniform, or if your shoes, or a certain bag, is that the focus? Dress codes, apparel. I think the interest, the number one interest is the physical and mental awareness of that child, to get that child equipped so that child can manage the task that is ahead of he or she in the classroom on a daily basis. You understand? But when you move away from that and move into dress code, I'm not saying that dress code, is not good, because you don't know. A man or a woman must always look apart. Don't bishy batch a shabba thing around here. You must look good, take care of yourself, hygiene up. But this is not the case. You see how this little girl here neat? You know, say the little girl here neat. I don't see no problem, and even if she did have a little braid in her ear, what does that do? The braid in her ear is not affecting her learning abilities. If she have on one dirty khaki shirt and one dirty pants, that not affect them learning ability. If you have on a kickers, a wallaby, or a Clarks or something, that not affecting learning ability. The things that affect the youth, them is the crime and the violence. If a youth not have a proper infrastructure to go home to, a youth a come to school in the morning and him not have a healthy breakfast. Him have to come down a road, come boom drive. Him not have internet for going back go do him work in the evening. Him traumatized because too much crime and violence. Him see people are dead right, left and center in him community. Those are the things that have impact on a youth learning ability. So you have to make sure so that youth there mentally and physically equipped for the challenge that the classroom have to offer to that kid. But when you go and speculate and send home somebody's child without firm evidence, send him out there on the road, thief, murderer, rapist, pedophile, you understand? That is not right. And when you see a parents come out now and go up at the school because of what this educator did to her child, them go say, boy, the parents now have no manners. And them you have to go find somewhere for put in kid. You understand? And then in the long run now, the teachers them gang up and start sabotage the youth. When it was their blunder while the mother have to come up there. You see what I mean? Who is defending the child and who is defending the mother in this situation? If she go up there and she talk her piece, the piece where she go up there and talk, it may end up backfire upon her daughter, because then go start carry feelings for her daughter. I'm just saying, as Jamaican, and we have to be honest to ourselves, and we can't be biased, right? When we as Jamaican switch from the things that impact a youth learning ability to the things that does not, because somebody here now stop them from learn, Somebody shoes now stop them from learn. Somebody uniform now stop them from learn. So why the shift in focus? It's not right. It's not right. But as parents, when these things happen, you have to just sit down your kids, sit them down, look them in the eyes, and make them aware that life journey is not easy. And there's a lot of obstacle. And that's why when I send you to school, you cannot go there and waste time. You have to gain as much as you can. Because if you don't, in the long run, it will come back to harm you. Much love. Stay tuned to Aromatic Realistic TV and the Revolutionists. I'm out.